The playoffs are upon us here. Grand and Warren, the track team are South Hudson Champions. The tennis team advances to the Hudson County Semifinals. And the crew team comes up third in the Mid-Atlantic Championships. Find out how that happened and how the rest of the program did on this week's State of the Marauders podcast.
Floater too strong. Rebound tapped around. The three to win the game. No good. And Prep survives. The Marauders have won their first sectional championship since 2014.
Wow, unbelievable turnover.
Jude Sargent.
Here's Jude with 9, with 8, with 7. Sargent scores! Jude Sargent delivers with 5.9 left to go. What a turn of events, and the Marauders regain the lead, 8-7.
And there's Tyler Bell, a double pass, wide open, caught, touchdown.
Welcome everyone to episode number 113, with sponsored as always by our good friends at D1 Media Pro, the number one live stream in the state of New Jersey for high school sports. In this week's episode, we're going to break down everything that happened in Marauder Land. We're also going to reveal to you all who won this week's Marauder Player of the Week, and we're going to reveal the 5 new candidates for next week's award. We can always be found on any listening devices, on Apple, on Spotify, on Anchor, you name it, we're there. So be sure to search State of the Marauders or follow us on our social media profile at SOT Marauders to see all of our exclusive Marauder content. As always, I am your host from the class of 2010. I am Ronaldo Rodriguez, and we're going to start off by talking about the news of the week. So in this week's news, make sure you download the app today via the link on our social media page at SOT Marauders. And again, ladies and gentlemen, keep in mind, the app gives you everything you need to follow your St. Peter's Prep Marauders. You got all the live streams, including the D1 Media Pro live streams. You got the Barn live streams. Again, big use this week as volleyball team take on Seahawks at the Barn. So get the live stream there. All the updated schedules, texting service form, play of the week voting, and much, much more. So make sure you download the app today. Also, make sure you like and subscribe us on YouTube at SOTM Network. You get full highlights, you get the podcast in video form. So make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. You get the first one to get all the highlights from all the big games that we cover on D1 Media Pro. So, Prep Hockey, they're still looking for some assistant coaches. And again, if you have some previous and current youth hockey, that is a definite plus. So if you're interested in working with head coach Brendan Roche, make sure you email him, rocheb@spprep.org, to get all of the information in regards to being an assistant coach next year. Camps opening up this summer, including the baseball camp you can see here. June 26th to June 29th, July 31st to August 3rd, going from 8:30 to 12:30, either at Lincoln Park or Cave Point. Again, check out the link in our app for all the information in regards to this. But the good news is for ages 8 to 14, so if you're interested, make sure you sign up today. We also got the lacrosse camp this summer as well. I want to take this banner off so you could see if you're watching the video for this. From June 26th to the 29th, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. from JFK Field in downtown Jersey City. So some more information on that. Make sure you click the link that's on app as well. And then some other camps this summer that are included are prep hockey with their Marauder mini camp on July 11th to the 13th from 6:45 to 8:15 for rising 7th and 8th graders from the Barnabas Health Hockey House in downtown Newark. Guys, if you're interested in that, sign up as well. You got the link to the website there. You also got Marauder football youth camps as well. You got the 4-day July camp from July 10th to 13th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. at Keenan Field on the campus, again at JFK Field. They also have the 1-day June camps, June 20th and June 27th from 5 to 7 p.m. Price $50 per day for 5th to 8th graders. So again, if you're interested in going to these camps and learning more about St. Peter's Prep football, make sure you sign up for that. And last but not least, you also have the basketball camp featuring head coach Alex Mirbo and his coaching staff for people in grades 3rd to 9th from July 31st to the August 4th and August 7th to August 10th. Again, make sure you sign up for those camps today. It's very important. Especially if you're a prospective student and you're interested in learning more about the Marauder coach and Marauder way to do things athletically, I think you gotta sign up for that. So make sure sign up on the app for any of those mini camps today. Again, if you want information, make sure to reach out to me at RRG's SPP. I'll give you more information as well. So, in other news of the week, the golf season, ladies and gentlemen, has come to a disappointing end. They competed in the non-public A tournament. They finished 11th overall, which is not bad, but no individuals qualified for an individual tournament. So, unfortunately, their season's done. They're going to conclude 6-3 on this year. And again, I want to give a quick shout out. I want to give quick thanks to all the seniors who have contributed to the team this year, including Ashkat Argowal, Kevin Gomes, Michael Cangiano, Sandra Petroselli, and Liam Richardson. So, good luck in your future endeavors, and thank you again for what you have done for the golf team. The tennis team, they are just absolutely dominant so far this season. They continue the dominance in Hudson County tournament play as they defeated Schneider 5-0 in the quarterfinals. At first singles, Josh Kana would win 6-0, 6-0. Augustia Harsh would win 6-1, 6-0. At second singles, at third singles, Lucas McKenzie won 6-0, 6-0. At first doubles, Gene O and Kyle O would win 6-1, 6-0. And at second doubles, Jeremy Kamer, Jack Rousseau would win 6-0, 6-0. So the Marauders would only lose 2 points. 2 points in the whole contest. So that's a dominant effort. I haven't saw one. They are now 10-2 on the year. Let's take a look now at what this Hudson County tournament bracket is shaping up to be here for your tennis Marauders. There it is. Bang! Right in front of the screens. You have Prep taking on McNair on Tuesday, 4 p.m., Lincoln Park, in the Hudson County Semifinals. The winner of that matchup will take on the winner of Memorial and Sea Caucus from James Braddock Park. And that match will be on Thursday from Lincoln Park. So can the Marauders become Hudson County champions? We're going to find out this week. So we wish good luck to your tennis Marauders. So what else is on the docket? We're going to talk about some baseball, ladies and gentlemen. And again, it's the same things. They finished the regular season 13-10. They played well against county teams, but they're not playing well at Adam County. They continue to struggle against non-conference opponents. They lost to 3 of them this week, including 6-3 to North Hunterdon. Matt Corwin, Lorenzo Camilleri, Adrian Rojas with RBIs. Mason Fisher pitches 6 innings, and that loss gave up 5 runs in the contest. But then they turned things around against Memorial. They would win 7-2, and Adrian Rojas did it all in that game. He had 3 RBIs on the day. He also pitched 6 innings, 1 earned run, and a whopping 11 strikeouts for the big right-hander. Matt Corwin 2 for 4 with an RBI. Sam Porch with 2 hits. Massimo Infante Meehan and Nico Duarte with RBIs each. And then Eldon Lumper will shut the door with 3 strikeouts in relief. Then they took on 2 North Jersey powerhouses in Pope John, Don Bosco, and they would lose both games pretty badly. They would lose to Pope John 8-3. Joe Haynes with an RBI. Ray Stein did well in relief. 2 in the third innings pitched, 4 strikeouts. Then came the matchup against Don Bosco. They start off the gate well, Justin Adaro, RBI, single in the first inning, making 1-0 Marauders, but then floodgates were open. Nico Duarte also added a double, but it was a 6-run second inning for the Ironmen. They would win that one 11-3. And they're, like as I mentioned, they're now 13-10 on the season, ladies and gentlemen. This is not looking good, not looking good. The defending Hudson County champions are the Marauders. They have done well, you know, all season long against Hudson County opponents. But let's take a look at this Hudson County bracket to see where the Marauders would fall in. And they're the number 2 seed in this year's Hudson County tournament. They're going to take on Hudson Catholic on Tuesday at 4:30 at Caden Point. You got Bayonne on top on the 1 seed. But from the Marauders' perspective, they got to take on either Ferris or Kearney, most likely Ferris, in the semifinal matchup on Thursday. And the cliche says it's hard for you to win 3 times against the same opponent. Well, the Marauders are going to have to do that twice to get to the final. They're going to do that against Hudson Catholic. They already beat twice. They're going to have to do that most likely against Ferris, which they beat twice. But then here comes the X factor. It's going to be that top half of the bracket in Bayonne, North Bergen, Secaucus, Union City. Because that's most likely going to be a Bayonne, Union City semifinal. And the Marauders have already lost to both of them at one point this year. Bayonne's on fire right now. They're one of the hottest teams in the state. Aiden Paradigm and company, they have done a tremendous job in rallying the troops from that earlier loss to the Marauders. They are now 19-5 are the Bees, okay? And before the loss to Rainey, who's arguably the number 1 team in the state right now, which I mean, come on, they're very good. They've won 11 in a row before that. So, and they only lost to Rainey 11-6. So it's not like, they played bad. No, they were right in that game. So it's gonna be a tough task for Mars to repeat at Hudson County Champions. I'm gonna be completely honest. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. But they gotta go through Hudson Catholic first on Tuesday, and then worry about what happens the rest of the way after that. But if the Mars able to get to the final, that'd be on Miller Stadium, Saturday afternoon, 4 p.m. And that'd be on DO Media Pro. The run to the final will be on DO Media Pro. Okay, quarterfinals, Kevin Conley and I. Thursday, most likely Kevin Conley and I as well, depending on what happens in other situations. And then again, DO Media Pro have the final from Miller Stadium on Saturday afternoon. So we want to wish our Marauders for the tennis team and the baseball team good luck. But now let's talk about the lacrosse team. And for the lacrosse guys, they split the week again. They had a 2-game losing streak because they took on Columbia at home. Bianchi divisional showdown, potentially first place on the line. It was a tough back and forth battle. Mars were down 4-1 in the second quarter. They would rally back with 5 consecutive goals to get the 6-4 lead in the third quarter, but then Columbia would strike back 6 consecutive of their own. Jude Sargent added a late goal to make it 10-7, but that was a tough loss for the Marauders. Jude Sargent, 3 goals, 2 assists. John Kearns with 2 goals. Jed Warback, a goal and assist. Tommy Blundett with 2 assists. Jacob Halicki, 5 ground balls, 11 face-off wins on the day, with Henry Walker making 13 saves. Tough loss in that one, meaning the Marauders needed to do some damage on Saturday against a very tough Montclair team. 4-9 going into the matchup, but facing against some very good competition like West Excess. They're taking on teams like Scotch Plains Fanward. They're facing some of the top teams in the state. So, what a big tough slate for the Marauders. So, I went to the game. I did the game with Benno Steerlook on D1 Media Pro. So, let's take a look at the highlights from the game against Montclair.
Kearns to Warbacker.
Looks like it's a minute
Cagle
penalty.
to Sargent. Sargent to Cole. Cole had an opening. Here's Sargent. Scores! Jude Sargent gets his first of the contest on the feed from Will Cole, and it is 1-1. Sargent setting up. Gets a pick. Goes to his right. Gets to go around the pick. Sargent gets a Warbacker.
Looks like Montclair did.
Warbacker scores! Jed Warbacker gets on the score sheet with 10:02 left to go, and it's now 2-1 Marauder. Warbacker to his right. Nice spin move. Gets it. Sargent scores! Jude Sargent on the exchange from Jed Warbacker. That's his second of the contest, and it's 3-1 Marauders. To Warbacker, to Cagle, to Kelly. Kelly scores! Ryan Kelly on the man advantage, and it's 4-2 Marauders. Sargent to Kearns, back to Sargent. Pass in front, scores! The feed from Sargent to Will Cole, his first of the contest, and it's 5-3 Marauders.
What a passing play. The Marauders absolutely dominating possession in the offensive zone. I mean, it's 2.5 minutes plus of just Marauder ball and just shot after shot after shot, and they get through. I believe it was Sargent to Will Cole. Will Cole was able to bury it. Sargent with 2 assists and a goal already in this contest. He's playing an excellent game. Will Cole playing a really good role as the bumper in most offensive plays that the Marauders draw up.
There you go. Passes, Sargent scores! Jude Sargent on the play. I believe that was from Brian Kelly.
It was.
And it's 6-3 Marauders with 4:43 left to go. Shot blocked in front there. That's going to be Finn Freeman again. He's had a good game on defense. Ball still loose. Mounting big possession. Good defense by Marauders, not allowing a shot. Long shot missed the net.
Yeah, that's how you play. That's how you play.
And that's a turnover. Good job by Neil Ward on the hustle. And Ben, this Marauder defense is putting on a clinic there today.
Yeah, they're really putting on a clinic. I mean,
They're right back in this one. It's now 6-5. Halicki wins the faceoff.
Great win there by
Halicki.
Jacob Halicki.
To rollback gets blocked in front. Mounties looking for the possession. Who gets there? Still loose on the ground. Still loose. Still loose. Picked up. Scores! John Kearns picked up the ground ball, and he flipped it backhand. The try is good with 57 seconds to go. What an opportunity there for the Marauders, Ben.
Wow.
I never seen that before. Ground ball loose, kept loose. John Kearns picks up, goes backhand, top shelf for the 7-5 event. It's Pfeiffer on Cagle, Pfeiffer. Good intercept by Henry Walker. Truesdale goes to his left. The pass. Good save by Walker.
Again.
Henry Walker against Mikowski. Another big save for Henry Walker here in the fourth. Now the Maui's now in transition. Here comes Mikowski. Tosses it. Schmidt in front. Good save by Walker again.
What a
Henry
save.
Walker with 3 saves so far in the quarter. Get to the blunder. Good recovery there. Blunder. Sargent. Scores! Jude Sargent on the feed from Tommy Blunder. That's the 4th for Jude Sargent. And with 7:32 left to go, it's now 8-5. Heifer. Good intercept there by Finn Freeman.
Oh, good play there.
And he recovers and gets the possession. Schmidt behind the net. Gets a pick from Ward. Schmidt. Pass. Way high. That's another turnover. Excellent job by this Marauder defense all day long.
Great job by the defense here. Don't make mistakes.
Schmidt.
Don't really shoot.
Here's Ward. Shot saved by Henry Walker. What a quarter by Henry Walker.
What a quarter. What a game.
Here comes Connor Cagle now. Loses the possession. Here come the Maui's in transition. Schmidt spins. Schmidt in front. Nice save again. Henry Walker once again. Unbelievable. Here's Schmidt. Gets it to Ward. They're going to need a goal quickly. Ward. High shot. Saved by Walker again. Henry Walker, what a display here in the contest. 30 ticks to go. Bransky, able to keep going. Bransky, saved by Walker!
Another one.
Another save for the stat sheet. What an unbelievable. The Marauders are going to get a big win on the road as the horn will sound. So the Marauders win this one, 8-5, your final score. Henry Walker, absolutely sensational. The Marauder defense was on fire. That's probably the best complete performance of the year by far.
I mean, I agree. That was arguably the best performance of the year as a team, both offensively, defensively, in net as well as Walker. I mean, just absolutely phenomenal. Jude Sargent, 4 goals, 2 assists. Will Cole, Jed Warback with a goal and assist each. Connor Cagle, 2 assists. Henry Walker, 16 saves. And now your Marauders are 8-3. What a season's been for the Lacrosse Marauders. And we got Ignacio Marro back. Yes, Ignacio is back on this week's State of the Marauders hotline of the Chalk Talk podcast. You know, again, make sure you go listen to it if you're a sports fan. They break down everything professional, collegiate sports. So, again, that's Chalk Talk podcast. And he's not with Jackson Monte this week. He's actually with a special guest, sophomore lacrosse player Danny O'Brien. And they're going to now break everything down from the team this week, as well as seeing how the team's going to prepare for the upcoming matchups. They got 3 home games to end the regular season. Big one against Madison today on Monday. Pascack Valley on Thursday, and then Bergen Catholic coming in. There's going to be a huge rivalry matchup on Saturday afternoon. So let's welcome in to the State of the Marauders hotline, Ignacio Marro and Danny O'Brien. So fellas, take it away. Welcome to the State of the Marauders hotline, sponsored by the Torna Bennett Group. They provide leadership solutions for nonprofit organizations, professional fundraising, interim executives, and strategic marketing. They also provide sales, fundraising, and executive solutions for New Jersey businesses. For more information, call 201-932-0100 today. That's 201-932-0100.
Welcome back to the State of Marauders podcast. I'm here with Danny O'Brien for some lacrosse analysis. Last week, your Marauders suffered 1 loss to Columbia and a huge win against Montclair. First, we'll go over the 7-10 loss to Columbia. Jude Sargent had 3 goals. John Kearns had 2 goals. Jed Warbacker had 1 goal and 1 assist. Brian Kelly had a goal. Jacob Alecki had 11 faceoff wins and 5 ground balls, while Henry Walker had 13 saves. Danny, as a player, what do you think went wrong in this game?
Well, the team started out strong with, a lot of energy. We played very great first half of lacrosse, then just took our foot off the gas in the second half. We were missing a couple crucial players at the defensive midi position, such as James Jacoby, Adam Miziak. And, it was just a tough loss. We were really hoping to get that. They're not currently number one in the conference, and that would have been huge, but unfortunately we couldn't come through with it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that would have been a big win considering we're third in the Bianchi Conference at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
But regardless, we have to win the next week. But are there any positives that could come out of this loss?
I definitely attribute the win against Montclair to the second that clock struck 0 in Columbia. It just lit a fire under us when we just really wanted it against Montclair. It was all about the energy going up against Montclair.
Yeah, I mean that's a great answer. Just adding a lot of motivation for the next game.
Mm-hmm.
And especially a huge game. I mean, an 8-5 win against Montclair is huge.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, so in that game, Jude Sargent had 4 goals and 2 assists, another outstanding performance. Jed Vorbacker had 1 goal and 1 assist, and so did Will Cole. Brian Kelly and John Kurtz each scored a pair, and Connor Cagle had 2 assists, while Henry Walker had an outstanding game in the cage with 16 saves.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on this game? I mean, it was a huge win for Prep. Any win against a team in the Fitch Pit Conference is huge.
Of course, yeah. No, Montclair, while their record doesn't show it, they are a very strong team. Coming out with that win was huge. And not only did we win the game, we dominated it. It was – and like I said, it was all about the energy. This was a personal game for somebody on Prep from Montclair, Jack Ostro. And he really got the team going, straight from warm-ups. And Henry Walker, outstanding game, 16 saves, which he's proven to be, average for him. Jude Sargent leading the team in goals, really, kept it going. And, of course, just offense as a whole was very fluid, worked well. And great offense leads to great defense. So there you go.
Yeah, I mean, it was a hell of a game. Even as a spectator, I mean, it was just back and forth. Prep went up a few goals, and you kind of tell it was over. But huge win. I mean, as you said, their record doesn't show, but they have to play teams like Summit, Westfield, Scotch Plains, like some of the better teams in the state.
Yep.
I mean, so yeah, just a huge win. Prep went 1-1 last week. And looking forward, we've got 3 games this week, the final 3 of the season until state. Madison, Pascack Valley, and Bergen Catholic. What are your thoughts on the game tomorrow against Madison?
Well, Madison, as a Madison resident myself, this one's personal for me. It's going to be fun seeing all those familiar faces getting off the bus, in Jersey City. It's Madison also in the Bianchi Conference. They're currently seated 2nd. And if we could really just hand it to them and prove that Columbia game did not define us as a team, it would really just be great for the team.
Yeah, I believe that this is probably one of the most important games of the year coming up.
Oh, 100%, yeah. And you said Pascack Valley. Pascack Valley, it's not a team we've seen before. It's they're definitely someone to look out for. But if we continue how we played in the Montclair game, and if we continue that for the rest of the season, good things are going to come.
Yeah, I think that momentum could really be huge for Prep. I mean, beating Montclair coming off a 2-game loss streak, that shows resiliency from Prep and the coaching staff. And it's just really impressive. And I think that this could translate into a win streak for the rest of the season.
100%. It's especially Bergen Catholic, that's definitely a school that I'm sure all of our listeners have heard of. And they're a very competitive team. a win against Bergen Catholic would really be huge for, and show that this season is a turning point in prep lacrosse as a whole.
Yeah, I agree. This would really put the state on notice, I think, because Bergen is obviously a popular school and for multiple sports, and it'd be just the kind of the win would just show the state, like, wow, this team can beat a high ranked team, a Bergen Catholic. That'd be huge.
Yep.
And I know you wanted to go over stat leaders for the teams to end off the podcast. What do you let's go over stat leaders.
Well, of course, there's Jude Sargent, who's leading in both goals and points, combined points. But then there's a name who, doesn't really get a lot of recognition, who I feel is very important and crucial to the team. We have Tommy Blunda, who leads in assists. He's got 11 assists on the season. And, he just hangs out there behind the goal, always like finding the right pass, huge role player in the offense and is really underlooked.
Yeah, I agree. Tommy Blunda is a huge player and a huge playmaker. Playing X is very hard. And considering he just has that speed and shiftiness that you really need to play X.
Mm-hmm.
And he's done a tremendous job this year, especially making the jump from JV to full varsity starting.
Mm-hmm.
It's just really impressive to me this year.
Yeah, it takes an athlete. And, something that Anil Ward said after the Montclair game really applies to Tommy Blunda. What else do you expect? This is what happens when you put the work in. And that is something that Tommy's done.
Yeah, I think Anil Ward is obviously a big leader on the team. That's a great point. Great point by him. So Jude leads combined points. How many points does he have and how many goals does he have?
So he has 32 goals, 10 assists, which is a combined of 42 points. Yeah, which really shows how, important he is on the team. And, not only does he lead the team in these stats, but he's really a great upperclassman leader that a lot of the younger guys look up to.
Yeah, and then obviously Henry Walker leading the team in saves, starting goalie. But who leads in ground balls this season?
Who leads in ground balls? That would be Anil Ward, who, coming off of a outstanding freshman year, he, you really just expected him to keep going, and he's definitely stepped up.
Yeah, he picked up right where he left off and then just went up. Like, everything's been better. He had an amazing season last year. He's having an even better season, arguably, this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then there's also Jacob Halicki at faceoff, who's really, you can't win games without possession, and he does a great job of getting us the ball. One of the goals in the Montclair game was actually based off pure grit and hustle, because Jake, just a pure dogfight for the ball that was led by Jacob.
Yeah, he's a really impressive player, and he stepped up this year tremendously.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really just how you win games, just have possession and communicate. Yeah, huge. So overall, Prep went 1-1 last week and had an important win against Montclair, a statement win, really. And then this week, all the games are home at JFK Field. We've got Madison on Monday, Thursday Pascagoula Valley, and Saturday Bergen Catholic for the home regular season finale.
Mm-hmm.
Come support your boys at JFK Field. Come pop out. Let's go, Prep. I'm here, Ignacio Marro, with co-host Danny O'Brien. You have a good one.
Thank you to Ignacio and Danny for their insights and analysis. And again, let's see how the lacrosse team would do end the regular season. Again, 3 games at home to end the regular season. Madison, a big one today. You got Pascagoula Valley on Thursday, and then Bergen coming into town on Saturday. You gotta support the team. Try to get to 10 wins. That would be a huge accomplishment to get a 10-win season for head coach Andrew Watts in his second year. Again, if you remember last year, ladies and gentlemen, this lacrosse team, although they may leaps and bounds improvement from where they were a year ago. Remember where they were a year ago? They were a 5-win team. So they get to 10, double their win total again. Gotta give good props to Andrew Watts and his coaching staff for the job they've done all year. So let's see what they're able to do here as the regular season is about to end. In other news, volleyball, and I'm lost for words of this volleyball team. Their losing streak is now down to 6. They're limping into the Hudson County tournament. They're going to be the number 10 seed, and they're going to play in the playing tournament. Usually, we don't see this out of a volleyball team. It's very concerning to see. They lost all 3 games this week in straight sets, including on senior night versus Bayonne, 25-20, 25-15. Owen Sanchez, 6 digs, 7 assists, 8 serve points. Michael Shipman, 3 kills, 3 blocks, 4 digs, 1 serve point. Andy Rivera, 9 digs, 2 kills. Colin Gorham, 8 digs, 6 serve points, and 1 ace. Against Kearney, they would lose 27-25, 25-18 versus Kearney on the road. They battled in that first set. And even the games against Bayonne, they were battling. They had leads at some point in both sets against Bayonne, but the Marauders have had a tough time able to finish out games and sets, and they continued again against Kearney. Owen Sanchez, 6 digs, 13 assists, 5 serve points, 1 ace. Michael Shipman, 10 kills, 6 digs, 1 block. Andy Rivera, 6 digs, 4 kills, 5 serve points, 3 aces. Jacob Turnigan with 4 kills and 3 digs. Colin Gorham, 8 digs, 3 assists, and 2 serve points before the Marauders will head out to Hillsborough for their final regular season contest and will lose 25-12 and 25-15. So now they are 4-11 on the season, ladies and gentlemen. Again, if you know prep volleyball, this is not the norm for them. This is a big time struggling of a season. But again, they still got time to amend things. They got the first round of the Hudson County tournament against Sea Caucus. I think they were the 16th or 18th seed in the play-in. So that's gonna be live at the barn, 4:30 p.m. start. So make sure you support your Marauders coming out for that one. Stay tuned to the SAT Marauders page for the up-to-date bracket information and all the updates to their season. Hopefully they can go far in the Hudson County tournament because they're gonna need some big oomphs to get past these teams. It's a very tough tournament. Got Harrison, Kearney, got Bayonne, North Bergen. It's gonna be tough. If the Marauders are able to win this one, they'd most likely have to play Dickinson in the next round on the road, but it's not really on the road because Dickinson is literally 2 blocks away from the school. But it's gonna be tough sledding for this volleyball team. Let's see how they end up. Let's see if they could prove the experts wrong and make a statement in the Hudson County tournament. The track team once again wins the South Hudson Championships in the 110-meter hurdles. Chad Trammell would win it at a time of 15:45. Noah Willingham in 4th, Corey Greenfield in 5th. And the 110 meters hurdles for the freshman squad, Chad Stone would win it at a time of 16:46. And the 100-meter dash, Jam Shank would win it at a time of 11:39. Del Lindsay in 2nd by 0.04 of a second. Chad Trammell in 3rd. Corey Greenfield in 4th. Isaiah Polanco in 5th. So the Marauders would go 1-5 in the 100-meter varsity dash. And the sophomore 100-meter dash, Nick Petroselli, the basketball celebrity star that he is, would win that race by 100th of a second at a time of 11:88. For the freshman 100-meter dash, Nico Lizzie Lickens would win it at a time of 11:63. Jordan Rodriguez in 2nd, Christian Cruz in 4th, and George Rutan in 6th. And the 400-meter hurdles on the varsity squad, Eddie DeBella will win it at a time of 56:97. Chad Stone in 2nd. Noah Willingham in 3rd. So the Marauders will go 1, 2, and 3 in the 400-meter hurdle race for the varsity squad. And the 1600-meter run for the varsity squad, Taram Moran will win it at a time of 4:28.84. Richard Harrington in 2nd. Liam Rocks in 6th. Abraham Went in 7th. And Dante Lamentia in 10th. And the sophomore 600-meter race, Nate Palmerino would get 4th place, Daniel Nemeth in 7th, Peter Franco in 8th. And the 1600-meter run for the freshman squad, Cheyenne Hurley would win it at a time of 5:09.55 with Liam Teleska in 3rd. And the 400-meter dash in the varsity squad, Eddie DeBell would win it at a time of 51:26. Jason Peterson in 2nd, Nick Petroselli in 5th, Pape Racina Nadai in 8th. And the 400-meter dash of the freshman squad, Matt Pecco in first place at a time of 54.44. Jordan Rodriguez in second, Aiden Dunn in third. So the Marauders will go 1, 2, and 3 for the 400-meter dash of the freshman guys. Alvin Lindsay in 8th, Liam O'Neill in 10th. And the 800-meter run for the varsity guys, Taran Mohan in second, Colin Rutledge in 4th, Aiden Prucher in 5th, Luke Schreiber in 10th. And the 800-meter freshman race, Aiden Dunn ends up in first with a time of 2:14.12. Eli Thorman in 4th, Bryce Mays in 5th, Jack Fitzgerald in 6th, Kabir Farnham in 9th, James Broder in 10th, and Luca Merletti in 11th. In the 200-meter dash for varsity guys, Del Lindsay would win it at a time of 22.8. Nelson Lindsay in 3rd, Chad Trammell in 4th, Corey Greenfield in 5th, Isaiah Polanco in 6th. And the 200-meter dash for the freshman net goat, Leslie Liggins, would win it at a time of 23.45, which is 2/100 of a second faster than Matt Pecco, who ends up in second place overall. So Prep versus Prep to end that one. Christian Cruz in 5th. In the 3,200-meter run for the varsity guys, Ivan Rocks in 3rd, Lucas Hernandez in 4th. In the long jump for the varsity guys, Sham Shake would win it at a score of 19:11.5. Chad Trammell in 3rd. For the long jump freshman, netgoat Leslie Liggins would win it at a score of 18.8. Eli Farmer in 3rd. For the triple jump varsity, Noah Willingham would get first overall with a score of 41. In the javelin throw for the varsity, Julian Cruz will end up at first with a score of 145.07. Jaden Lambert in 2nd, Chris Gabridge in 3rd. In the shot per varsity, Brandon Montgomery would end up in 2nd overall. Mason Simmons in 4th, Matt Zapata in 5th, and Harry Massey in 9th. In the shot per for the sophomores, Joseph Bird would win it with a score of 33.275, with Zachary Casper in 4th. So how much did the Marauders win the overall South Hudson Championships by? Well, they won it by a whopping 157. Yes, 157 points over the second place team, Schneider. So that's a big round of applause there. Great job by the track team, putting on a clinic at the South Hudson Championships. Now, in the Glen D. Lookout Games that happened this past weekend, Del Lindsay would end up in 7th at the 400-meter dash, and the 110-meter hurdles, Corey Greenfield in 2nd, Chad Trammell in 3rd, and the 400-meter hurdles, Corey Greenfield in 3rd, Eddie DeBella in 7th. In the triple jump, Noah Willingham in 11th. In the shot put, Brandon Montemayor in 13th, Mason Simmons in 15th. In the discus throw, Mason Simmons in 14th. Javelin throw, Jaden Lambert would end up in 13th overall. And as a team, they were tied for second with 20 points overall, 13 behind first place Newtown. So again, great job, both events for our Marauders this week. So what do they got on the docket? Well, they got the Hudson County Championships on Thursday from Sea Caucus, while the freshmen and sophomores will compete this weekend in the New Jersey State Freshman versus Sophomore Championship on Sunday from Lawrenceville. So good luck to our track Marauders out there. Well, last but not least for the week, the crew team will end up 3rd place overall at the Mid-Atlantic Championships because the freshman 8-bow would get 3rd place overall, and the novice 8-bow on Sunday got 4th place overall as well. So great job by your crew guys. They had a big weekend ahead. They're going to take on the Stotesbury Cup, big event across the nation down in Philadelphia on Thursday through Sunday. So good luck to your crew team to try to see that not only one of the best teams in the state, but arguably one of the best teams in the country as well. So before we sign off on this week's episode, we have a message from Student Club President Ben Novosiolek to the St. Peter's Prep student body. So Ben, take it away.
Hey everyone, this is Junior Ben Novosiolek, the president of the State of the Marauder Sports Reporters Club. If you're a student at St. Peter's Prep and you want to get involved with sports media or broadcasting, come to one of our club meetings. Dates and times of the meetings will be published on the daily announcements But if you want more information, you can just email me at novasiologb24@students.spprep.org. We look forward to seeing you guys.
Thank you to Ben for that announcement. And for those students listening out there, we have one more club meeting this Wednesday, 8th day. It's the last 8th day of the year. So make sure you stop on by to the Browning Center and join the State of Marauder Sports Recorders Club. We're going to have a lot of content for the spring season, still going, and we'll start preparing for the fall season as well. So make sure you tune in to our club meetings every 8th day during community period right after homeroom. So, last but not least on the docket, we have the Marauder Player of the Week Award. And again, let's talk about last week's nominations. We had the O brothers, Gene and Kyle from tennis, Liam Richardson from golf, Nico Duarte from baseball, and Del Lindsay from track. Let's get a drum roll, please, to reveal this week's Marauder Player of the Week winner. And the winner, ladies and gentlemen, with 48% of the votes, it came down to 25 total votes between the two. Great job voting, by the way. This is one of the best total finishes I've seen of votes all state Marauders long. I mean, 48 to 47, 25 total votes separated these two. But the winner of this week's Marauder Play of the Week award goes to senior golfer Liam Richardson. Congratulations to Liam for this accomplishment. And now let's reveal 5 new candidates for this week's award. So we're going to start off with the tennis team. Okay. This guy has not got nominated yet. I think he deserves a nomination. He and his partner Jimmy Camber absolutely destroyed their Snyder opposition this week. That's going to be Jack Brousseau. This guy absolutely made a statement with his bat and with his glove and with his arm on the mound. The one, the only, Adrian Rojas. Now the lacrosse team, they're going to get 2 nominees this week because both these guys helped the Marauders in both games this week. First, it's got to be the goaltender who's been there all year long, making probably an all-state can, in my opinion. It's the junior, Henry Walker. And this guy is leading the Marauders in scoring 30-plus goals on the year. Again, back-to-back hat tricks. He had 4 against Montclair. Gotta give Jude Sargent some love as well. And last but not least, this guy on the track in the South Hudson Championships won 2 big events for your Marauders, and that's going to be Eddie DeBella. So, make sure you vote on the app, and you have until Saturday, May 20th, my dad's birthday, 2023, at 11:59 p.m. Eastern. Okay, not Western, not Central, 11:59 Eastern. And make sure you only vote once for who you think should be this week's Marauder Player of the Week award. So, make sure you set and cast your votes today. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for another edition of State of Marauders Podcast. Continue to spread the word by sharing our social media profile at SOT Marauders to everyone you know, and continue to check them out for all of the latest updates. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we hope to see you all next week, and hopefully we could talk about some trophies coming to Grand and Warren. Because it's that time of the year. I want to see some trophies. So, thank you to everyone again. And as always, let's go prep.
Hey, this is head athletic trainer Joe Lasella, and you are listening to the State of the Marauders podcast, sponsored by D1 Media Pro, the #1 live stream in the state of New Jersey for high school sports.